Hey everybody, we're here for RLG Cast Reviews. This is a new episode, and we're talking about something a little different because we don't normally talk about anime. But today we're talking about Dandadan, the
Hmm.
Netflix original. At least it's Netflix original in Canada
Yeah,
anime.
the
And
anime
I'm here with
based on the
JD,
manga.
based on the manga, mangoes or manga or manga. You
Manga,
tell me,
manga.
Topanga. I'm here with JD, the Donut Man. He
I
has
like the
triple
panga.
sevens. He likes mangas. He reviews everything, including wrestling, on his channel. I'm not
Hmm.
there, but I could be. But there's donuts,
There's
so I could
donuts.
show
Yeah,
up.
there's donuts. Actually, if you look over my shoulder here, right, there's donuts right there.
That's unfortunate. Tell us what the show's about.
Basically, it's a show about two high school kids that one doesn't believe in aliens, the other doesn't believe in ghosts, and they send each other out. And basically, they find out one has powers and the other one gets possessed, and
Now they both
they
have
tr
powers.
they both have powers. Technically, yes, because he's possessed by powers, but yeah, and it creates this whole storyline about hunting yokai, basically.
Yokai Watch, not a
Hmm.
sponsor.
Not a
Um,
sponsor.
yeah. So basically, yeah. One kid's not popular, or the girl's very popular. He finds a way in because he
Hmm.
convinces her, like, ghosts, blah blah blah. She wants to go, and then he's retaliated everything else.
Hmm.
We'll go. We're just gonna talk about this show. I
Yeah,
think. I don't think I
whether
need to go
spoilers or
nuanced
not,
it.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I think we're just
If you
gonna
haven't
talk about
watched
it.
it, go watch it, then come back and watch this review because we're just gonna get right into it.
You know what? I mean, I don't think there's anything here to be spoilery about because the
No.
season ends on a cliffhanger, so you don't even really get
Yeah.
anywhere yet to be
Yet.
spoilery.
Yeah.
Um, man, like the visuals, the animation, and the art style are great.
Yeah.
Um,
Absolutely.
I like that a lot of it is like hand drawn style stuff.
It reminds me of old school anime for sure.
The story's a lot of fun. The ghosts and the alien stuff adds so much. I think the characters are really well crafted. The relationships between
Yeah.
the characters, especially when they add the girl in, the third
The
girl with,
second girl,
yeah, second girl. Sorry, the third
Ira.
person, the second girl. Yeah, he's the name guy. He'll be here for names.
Yeah.
Um, and then when they add the second guy in with the grandmother brings
Gigi.
over, dude, then all of a sudden it's like I'm really bad with anime names, by the way. If anyone
Yes.
didn't know that, I'm already bad with names generally. Like ask me the name of a song, I don't know. But
Yeah.
I can go, it's that one that's like doo 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 doo. Um
I know that one. No.
I thought like,
Yeah.
wow. So but where this show, and I mean I expect it.
Yeah.
There's a lot of exposition,
It's
which
a
and
little it's a little crude without being crass. Like, you know what I
no,
mean?
it's
Like,
pretty, this is my point with that. This is where I'm gonna hit on that point right now. I think it's a little bit too far sometimes. I think their reach at sexuality
yeah.
is normal in anime, but like if happens in the first episode and it pushes it a little bit far,
Yeah.
and I was like, but okay, but the
We
show's
want to
really
take your
good.
banana.
Yeah, the show's really good, and I like where it's going, and then it doesn't push necessarily that far right away again, but it immediately in the next episode goes sexual again for no
Yeah.
reason. And then in the
Yeah.
third episode again, and the fourth episode again, the fifth episode again, and then sixth episode it pushes it far again, and then seventh, eighth, ninth, and the 10th all pushes it so far, and you're
Yeah.
like,
But towards the end though, you get more of a love triangle and love triangle
you
kind of thing.
do, and it makes you start to become accustomed to what's going to happen, and it becomes
Yeah.
less jarring. I mean, I watch a lot of anime, but I can
Yeah.
understand someone who doesn't being completely jarred by this. But even for me, it was like a little bit like too much to
Awkward.
the point where
Yeah.
it was unnecessary. It wasn't too uncomfortable. It
Yeah.
was just unnecessary.
Yeah, didn't need it.
And then when you get to the last episode and it starts doing the thing with the all the old men at the
Oh
spa,
yeah.
I was like, dude, this is way too far. This is the first moment where I was like,
This is too much, yeah.
what is this about? You
Especially the fact that she's a high school girl.
Yeah, but you could have went any other route with that. You could have just
Yeah.
made it people attacking her while she's there. It didn't have to be turned into like a sexual
Creepy old man, yeah.
situation. And it's like it's just odd. But like I guess that's how the mangas are trying to be like the manga. And I get
Yeah.
Japanese anime is odd.
Well, I mean, this is adults, like it's an adult. It's rated M, right? So
But
it's
it's to add to that,
yeah.
if and I won't even speak on it verbally to not get demonetized.
Right.
When you factor in who the main characters are, they shouldn't be in those situations. So
Situations,
the fact
no.
that it's rated M makes it even worse because somebody made this.
For
And I
people
was
who
like,
can't even the people in the show can't even watch it because it's rated M.
Yes, exactly,
Yeah, I
exactly.
see. I
And the
understand what you're
people
trying to
who are
say.
rated M watching it shouldn't
Be
technically,
watch. Yeah,
but it's like I said, for the majority of the show, even when they push it far, you're like, okay, but I get it now because this is what
yeah.
the show's about. But then in that last episode, I was kind of like, it
That one
got,
was a little, and that's how it ends too.
yeah, and then it leaves you in a spot where you're like, and it's not to knock this quality of the show, but
No,
it
the
is.
show is the quality of the show is amazing. The animation, the story, like just the adventures that they go on. The pacing of the show is
I
great.
would have liked more one-off adventures than
An overarching story.
because it's kind of one-off, 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 and then it becomes overarching, and I I,
I
I
found it
think
the other way. I found the first 2 or 3 episodes with the Turbo Granny were kind of like one arc, and then
it was in the sense of like anime arcs, like you know how they do
yeah,
that, like oh it's the Garlic Junior saga, whatever.
yeah, it's the Frieza saga. Yeah,
But each episode was an individual story, but just had an overarching theme where it slowly became like the last like 6 episodes are just one long episode. Just you're waiting for the next
yeah,
episode to see what's gonna happen with like minor little things happening, like the body, the science body thing that was
hmm
running around.
yeah, yeah. The
Um,
science body, I found there was no resolution to that either.
Not really. Just I think it's gonna come back later. I think they're just this season is just really establishing characters that you're gonna
Yeah,
get. Because even the girl for the last like 3 episodes, the girl's not in it. The second girl,
Ira. Yeah,
Ira. There you go. He'll do the names.
yeah,
But the grandmother like changed the way people look at grandmothers. I think
yeah.
forever.
Seiko Ayase, Ayase,
Ayase, Miss Ayase.
Miss
Listen,
Ayase. Yeah. Okay, the one thing I don't understand, and I hate nitpicking on it, if Momo Ayase was so in love with Ken Takamura, how did she not know that that was Ken Takamura?
she doesn't know that's not Ken Takamura. He has the same name as Ken
Oh,
Takamura.
okay, so
See,
it's not
yeah,
the
it's funny you
okay,
said that because someone else I was talking to literally as well, they missed that.
okay,
That's it's a very small part where like she's in love with a person named like an
Ken,
actor or something, and he just happens to have the exact same name
and does the same quotes the same lines.
because he likes
The
the
actor.
thing.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. Okay, okay. That makes sense now. That makes sense now. But going back, like animation, the way I like in this show was if they took the Persona series and made it a TV show,
that
that's what this
yeah, that's pretty.
that's what this felt
This would
like.
lend into a very good game.
Yeah, it would. Absolutely it would. Abs in a Persona style game. Like if Atlas had the rights to this,
Yeah, yeah, it would be a
absolutely
great
they
RPG. Um,
yeah, like a Shin Megami or a
it's so well crafted in its storytelling. And
hmm
where like I don't know if you've ever watched Jujutsu Kaisen,
hmm
but I've never watched season two. I've seen the first season in the movie. I got to get on that, but it tapered off for me a lot because in the beginning it did what this show did, where it was like telling the story about fighting these monsters and like that whole. It's almost exact same idea,
Yeah, same idea.
and it told that really well. It was giving us really good characters and really good development, and then halfway through the season, it just stopped that and kind of went into like this arc of like backstory and also being at the school where it
Yeah.
stopped understanding what made it good in the first place, and it just kind of like slowly went down. It wasn't that bad. It went down. I think I give that season like an 8, so like, but
Okay.
it could have been like a
Still, yeah.
9. um and then we got to the movie and the movie was like a 6, and I was like, what the
Yeah,
fuck
it
is
was sub.
this?
Yeah, the movie was so sub.
And then the new season, I keep hearing from everybody's worse than the first season, so I'm already like not excited to watch it. But
Okay. Well, I mean, I'm even something like as groundbreaking as Toriyama was, Dragon Ball. You'd get 5, 6 episodes just to build up to one
oh yeah,
episode, and
okay,
it draws it out. And I don't
it's
like it when it's out so long drawn out like
this
that.
show Dandadan doesn't have the problem of jujitsu. It kept that maintained that what happened in
hmm
the first half of that season
Keep
all
that
the
same
way.
energy.
But the difference is jujitsu was about 20 episodes and this is only
12,
12.
12. Yeah.
There's supposed to be a 13th episode, but apparently they're saying it's going to be a movie.
Yeah.
Um,
And a second season
but
as
like
well.
Dragon Ball, this is the difference. So Dragon Ball's the original Dragon Ball, which is why I prefer. I think that's my favorite run. It's always been. I grew up with that. That's what I first saw.
Right.
Was young Goku and Bulma and like Yamcha, all that journey, Oolong. It's really adventurous and fun, and it has these one-off stories, and there's these little beats, and sometimes it's overarching, but it
Yeah.
goes somewhere until like maybe the last season when it's all about the tournament. I think season 4 also was about the
Yeah,
tournament. I believe it's 5 seasons.
5 seasons. Yeah, yeah,
Um, Dragon Ball Z is completely different. It's a completely different show. And
yeah.
yes, it revolutionized the way we would look at
Anime and
anime
manga.
generally, but mostly what's the thing I'm thinking of? Like this for teenage boys, they cover it has a name. Uh oh my god, it's a type of anime. Shonen. It
Shonen. Okay, yeah.
revolutionized the way that shonen would look going forward and give us like shows like Naruto and whatever, which I don't
Hmm.
like. But
Yeah, I'm not a fan of Naruto either.
I know, and like Avatar, I don't like that kind of shit. But I know that's American anime.
Yeah.
It changed.
Yeah.
It became more about like these story arcs where like the story was good, but the characters were sidelined to power
Yeah.
ups. I'm just powering up. I'll be back.
Yeah.
Power up for 15 episodes while Bulma runs around and does nothing.
Yeah.
She used to be an important character. Now she just does nothing for a long
Yeah. She's
time.
just Vegeta's wife now.
Yeah, Vegeta's doing another thing.
Yep.
It's nothing.
He's
I'm gonna
training. He's going to be training
no, he's
in zero
running down the
gravity.
road, running down Dragon Road. It's gonna be a couple hours, literally
Oh, yeah.
couple
Snake
hours of
way.
walking.
Snake way.
Snake Way.
Yeah.
Fucking idiots. Anyways, but that it changed, and I'm not that I don't like Dragon Ball Z, but having gone back and watched it as an adult,
Yeah.
so I've seen it all the way on TV, I've seen it all the way on DVD, I've seen it all the way on Blu-ray, and I've watched Dragon Ball Kai, which Kai is definitely the recommended way to watch it.
Yeah.
So
It's like half.
yeah, 4 watch-throughs. There's the writing is very thin.
Yeah.
Super is a lot better. I think the idea base of Dragon Ball GT is far superior than Dragon Ball Z. It just
Yeah.
poorly executed. There's really good ideas there, and I
Yeah.
love that Toriyama said that he considers GT to be canon, but it's canon as in if Cell had won,
Yeah.
that's what the world would have happened. So there's 2 split universes
Yeah.
now, like how it would have been like Terminator. There's 2 different splits. There's the GT
Yeah.
universe
It
and
branches
this.
off. Yeah.
And I'd like to see them have another show spin off of the GT universe in that separate
Yeah.
thing, But anyways, we digress far from our point.
And is Daima kind of like between Super and
No, Daima is post Super.
okay,
And so what's happened is the new like alien power that comes in, he gets the Dragon Balls. I'll
and makes
spoil the
Goku a
first
kid?
episode,
Yeah.
and he makes all of the Saiyans a kid so that they can't
Power up.
they can't power up as strong. So they have to start all over again in their process of like becoming powerful.
Yeah.
Which will give us a power level for sure. It's gonna be like
Yeah.
kid size 42 ultra mega, and they're gonna like
Yeah.
gingerly touch their tips and fucking
Yeah.
no docking.
No.
But yeah, this show's really
No.
good.
It is. It's like it felt like I was playing like Persona 4 all over again.
Listen, I can point a lot of fingers at it and call it a lot of shit about it, but it has pretty good dialogue.
Yeah, the storylines, the action
really
sequences,
fun,
the
the
fight
comedy.
sequences. That fight sequence with the acrobatic hair lady.
Oh yeah, that's what I was gonna say right now. The one that ends up giving her powers to her daughter, which is
Yeah, which is not her daughter, but
which is not her daughter,
Ira.
but like Ira.
Yeah.
That was awesome.
Yeah, those 2 episodes was like fantastic.
Even
yeah.
the one with the boxer guy when they're in the water and they're like,
Yes.
that was really cool too, man.
Yeah.
But then there's like, we got to take off our clothes because it makes us swim faster. And I was like,
Yeah.
no, you don't really
No,
have
you don't have to do that.
I mean, you could do
But
that.
yeah.
I'm not asking you to, but
But then again, going back to what we were saying too. So Momo now is attracted to Ken, and
who's
now
not attracted. Momo's attracted to Ken, who's attracted to
and
Momo.
But
Ira's
Ira's
attracted to
Ken,
Ken,
who's not attracted to
her.
right.
So, but
But
because he doesn't know that Miss Ayase is attracted to him,
yeah,
he's not really
shies away from it
he shies away from her, and he's mad
until
because
Gigi comes back.
yeah,
And now Gigi and Ken are both in love with Momo.
But the thing is, like I think there's gonna be some kind of shit here. I think it's gonna stop being a love triangle, and they're gonna start dating like linearly. Like one of them will date the other girl and the other girl, regardless.
That's why they haven't brought Ira in. Maybe Ira becomes the love interest for Gigi.
Possibly. I would just love the grandmother. Anyways, let's give a score.
I gave this an 8.6.
Wow.
I really enjoyed. This is one of the best pieces of television I've seen since The Penguin.
you're pretty happy that I told you to watch it now, eh?
Yeah.
You're pretty cocksure.
Yep.
I'll give you a recommendation to watch. It's not as good, but it's a strong show. It's fun. It's short to watch, and it's on like season 4. It's called Scissor 7.
Hmm.
It's a Chinese anime on Netflix. It's really
Okay.
fun.
Yeah.
Um, like he's a hairdresser, and he's a former assassin, but he doesn't know that he was an assassin.
Okay. Text it
So
to me later. So,
yeah,
and there's that other one now on Netflix too. What's that other one? There's another one now on
you should watch
Netflix.
Dorohedoro though. Dorohedoro is like a fucking banger. Digressing, I'll give this an 8.
Hmm.
I think it's
Okay.
strong. I think an 8's a good score.
Yeah.
You know,
And I
and
hope season 2 is just as strong as season 1.
yeah, I do too. We'll talk about the other shows later, but thank you guys for
Hmm.
watching. Check out his wrestling reviews. I may or may not be there. We don't know. If you like
Wrestling reviews,
wrestling,
wrestling awards soon, 2024
wrestling awards
awards.
2024, and the award for best looking male goes to me. Thank you.
Okay.